Whiteboard time. All right. I know that you guys are thinking that I'm wearing this dope hat because I need to brand myself while I'm having these conversations, but the reality today is I'm also having a bad hair day. All right. Now that we're past that, let's talk about shop campaigns. One of the least talked about topics that came out of Shopify Editions, the most recent launch, is shop campaigns. And what they are starting to do is they're starting to enable merchants through shop campaigns, which previously was basically ads only within the shop app, to actually now start serving ads that they run out of network, so out of the shop app and directly into Instagram is the partnership that they actually announced. Is well, all Meta properties, so Instagram and Facebook. And so what exactly is shop campaigns unlock once you start to allow for advertising inside of Instagram and Facebook that is driven from shop campaigns? This is going to be very unique, and I think it's going to be a very powerful opportunity. So if you heard the most recent podcast with Eric Seifert on Strategy with Ben Thompson, he talks about this with respect to Amazon. And I think that Facebook or Meta, the parent company, is now building these partnerships that allows data to go outside of their walls that previously they did not. And so here's what I think is going to end up happening over the medium term. Instagram trusts Shopify enough, which they should, because it's another big company, strong reputation, and incentives are aligned to growing small and medium-sized businesses. They're going to allow Shopify to have a space in the Instagram app where Shopify controls what ad gets placed into that space. The way that Shopify will decide which ad to place into that space is that Instagram will pass Shopify a user ID. So it's going to say, hey, here's the user, because you're logged in. And so you're going to have to, inside of Instagram, log into your Shopify so that we are giving permission to both parties to actually be identified in this way. So Instagram will say, let's say, for example, Rishabh is looking at the feed. Shopify will then be told Rishabh is looking at the feed and will be given permission to place an ad on, like, as Shopify, as a shop ad, saying, hey, Rishabh, you're the type of person who wants brand one. Now, within the Shopify ecosystem, they have all of the information to all of my transaction history, and they will get some context from Instagram. So they'll probably get some other signals associated with what types of things I enjoy seeing on my feed in addition to the transaction data. They will then choose brand one, okay? And then we'll get into the economics of this, but they'll choose brand one. I see brand one's ad. I click on it, and then I get taken to either inside of the Instagram app or inside of the shop app, the ability to shop from Shopify, brand one's product that has been shown to me, and then complete the transaction. And so by doing this, what this does is it basically creates a quote unquote partner wall garden where everything is first party inside of that ecosystem, because actually any given information has been logged into by the consumer on both apps at the same time. And now this unlocks the ability for Shopify to actually grow not only usage of the shop app, but to actually give its brands the ability to purchase advertising space in a way in which is more targeted than the brand would be able to do based off of only traffic going to its own website. So this, I think, is going to be very unique. Now, the way that Shopify appears to be monetizing it is that they're going to ask you for a particular CPA. So they will say, like, hey, brand, tell me the CPA tolerance that you have. So, like, how much are you willing to pay for a transaction? And then I think that they are going to use the signals that they have along with the CPA that you're willing to pay to prioritize the brands that they are showing in this funnel. And so I think it actually does like a very interesting thing where it's a unique opportunity to grab people from Facebook or Instagram, have them transact within the shop ecosystem. Shopify wins because you're now building the shop ecosystem. The brand wins because it is using data that is otherwise not allowed to be used based on the privacy rules. And of course, Meta wins, even though they're allowing data to go out that previously they might not have allowed to go out. They win because the ability to bid on their properties is now improving. And so I think that we should not underestimate the ways in which the the ways in which the marketer of a brand now needs to think about the different types of campaigns that they have available to them. And campaigns like this, like what you would do with Amazon on Instagram, are going to be new ways to think about, hey, how do I acquire users and at what scale using this particular channel? But this is a big one to look out for, and I could not be more excited about it. All right, see you guys next week.